The Larimer County Sheriff's Department has proven, once again, that they cannot and will not police themselves.
Attorneys in Thompson's family announced on Friday Larimer County will pay out $5 million after a wrongful death lawsuit against Deputy Lujan.
No amount of money brings a loved one back. None. Justice was not served. Money is not the answer.
Welcome back to We the People You. My name is Abiyah Israel, former police officer and former sheriff's deputy. Today, want to take a look at a video, a little bit of an older video that I myself have never seen before. Someone reached out to me in the inbox, one of the viewers, and was requesting that I give my thoughts about this particular incident. All right, this incident takes place in Colorado. This is the Larimer County Sheriff's Office.
I'm Deputy Lujan with Larimer County Sheriff's Office. Reason why I'm stopping you is your registration's expired.
Registration? It's my girlfriend's car, actually.
Okay. Gotcha. Do you have your license?
I don't. I just literally got everything like clumped up here. So, sorry, everything's just mumble jumble, you know. And then I got the little kitten in here too.
Can you take the keys out of the ignition for me? I appreciate it.
Yeah. Oh, out of the ignition?
What's your girlfriend's name?
Victoria Dominguez.
The more questions he answers, the more suspicious the officer becomes. This is why he told him to turn off the car and take the keys out of the ignition. Now, what we were taught in the academy is that you're always lying and there's always something behind the curtain. We just have to be able to pull the curtain back. Now the officer is in his suspicious mode, like always, and it's just going to escalate from here.
What's your last name?
Jones.
Jones?
Yeah.
What's your first name?
Jacob.
Where are you heading to?
I was literally getting ready to turn back around because I forgot, you know, a bag and stuff like that.
Where are you heading now?
I was heading to Loveland.
You're heading to Loveland?
Yeah, but I figured it'd be quicker to turn around like right here and then like go back to grab the bag that I missed.
Okay.
You get what I'm saying?
Do you know which way you're going?
Yeah, I'm going north south. So like this way I'm going actually north, but I need to go back to the hotel, you know, to go to Loveland, which is off 34, which is south.
So why'd you go north on
because I was going to turn around, like I just said, to get the bag. You know what I mean? That was like for the abrupt turn to the right because I forgot the backpack. You know what I'm saying?
So part of my job is to check for safe and sober drivers. Are you a safe and sober driver?
I am safe and sober. I actually do not drink.
How much marijuana have you smoked?
I don't smoke marijuana.
Any illicit drugs?
No illicit drugs.
Okay. Stay in the car. I'll be right back with you, okay?
Yeah.
So at this point, the deputy goes back to his car. He actually finds out that the driver's name is not Jacob. His actual name is Brent. So now the driver has given a false name, which is a misdemeanor. Not only that, they find out that he is driving on a revoked driver's license. So that's another misdemeanor. But keep in mind, these are misdemeanor offenses, nothing too serious. And he was pulled over for an expired registration. All very minute offenses that could be taken care of with a citation in the state of Colorado between $15 and $100. But what causes this situation to go so bad is the poor training by the police officer. Now, another police officer looking at this video can look at all of the places where, or the spots where the police officer made mistakes. Someone else may just view it as, you know, a regular video. But knowing where the police officer made the mistakes and if he was properly trained, although the driver did commit some infractions, if the police officer was properly trained, he could have actually saved this driver's life versus having the outcome that we're going to see in this video.
Rolling down the window for me?
Yeah, sorry, it's just a cat, and then I was vaping my nicotine.
Gotcha. Can you step out for me?
Yeah, what's the problem? Yeah, please stay. Can I roll up the window?
That's fine, yeah. and see him?
Yeah.
Come back here. I'm gonna pat you down just to make sure you don't have any weapons on you, okay? You can relax. Go ahead and put that stuff on the truck there. So, did you give me the right name?
Yeah.
What's your name?
Jacob Todd Jones.
Okay. Why don't you give me the right name?
It is the right name.
No, it's not.
Yes, it is.
Brent, I know. So, right now you're under arrest. Go ahead. Try to Stop! You're getting tased! Stop!
So there are several problems here. When the driver first stepped out of the vehicle, the officer had already made up in his mind that he was going to arrest the driver. If you look carefully, the door is open and the driver is stepping out of the vehicle. If you know you're going to arrest the driver, a good place to make that arrest is right now, right here in the crack of that door while it's open. The door being open would have prevented him from running away. And again, I agree with each one of you that this is very minor. It should be a citation and, we go about our day. But that's not what's happening. This officer has determined that he's going to make an arrest and he can do that. And since he's going to do that, right now would have been a perfect time to do that because the driver can't run away and we won't see what we're about to see that's going to come up here shortly. Next, we see you have an assisting officer off to the right. You yourself are standing in front of the driver. The driver has his back to the road. As a trained police officer, you always ask for the driver or whoever you're talking to step away from the road for their safety. It's truly supposed to be for their safety and for yours. Also, what that does is it prevents the driver from running again. That way he does not run into traffic when you tell him that you're going to arrest him. At the time of the pat down, if you already have made up in your mind that you're going to make an arrest, at this point is where you should have placed on the handcuffs. And looking at the fact that the police officer did none of these things, now when the driver takes off running, you see a car right there. Meaning that there are vehicles passing by and this driver is running into the road. Now, think about why you stopped this vehicle. The driver was stopped for an expired registration and a couple other things which were minor. Now, the driver did give the police officer a false name and the police officer determined that, well, the deputy in this case, determined that he was going to make an arrest. But had the deputy arrested him as soon as he came out of the vehicle, that way the driver can't run, or positioned himself better so the driver couldn't run, or placed him in cuffs at the time of the pat down so the driver couldn't run. Had those things happened, we would not have seen the driver running into traffic. And ultimately, once he runs into traffic, there's a major mistake that's about to be made by this police officer. Let's check this out. Keep in mind, at this point, the driver cannot move. And after the incident, as you guys just saw, the officer or deputy at that point placed cuffs on the victim, Mr. Brent. Now, had the deputy placed the handcuffs as the driver was stepping out of the vehicle, then he would not have ran into traffic. Or had the deputy placed handcuffs on the driver as he was standing by the car, or he had so many other opportunities where he could have done this. In this case, this would have saved the life of the driver. But when the deputy himself is not trained to think about these things as they are happening, these type of situations we see unfold. And if you're chasing someone through a field and he's running towards a highway, the purpose of your taser is so that when you taser that person, they cannot move. their muscles stiffen up, they lock in place, and they're going to fall. You have to know about your surroundings when you're going to use your taser. If I taser you in, I don't know, next to a pool, and I should expect that you may fall in, and if you can't swim, you may drown. I may have to go in and pull you out of the water. I have to have these type of things going through my mind as a police officer. Or if I'm running towards a highway, if I'm going to taser you, you're going to fall in the middle of that highway. And we saw what happens if you fall in the middle of a highway. This was a really unfortunate situation. And as you guys saw in the beginning, the family, yes, they received $5 million in a lawsuit, but who wants $5 million? You want your loved ones. The money doesn't matter. Okay. The money doesn't matter. As a police officer, some people may say, well, it all happened so fast. No, you can think while you're going through these situations. You're trained, or you're supposed to be trained to think while you're operating within these situations. You're supposed to be trained to understand the outcome. All right. But it seems like the cop was so set on making an arrest because someone was driving with a expired registration, or maybe gave him a false name. All minor charges, by the way. But since he was focused on making that arrest, this was the outcome. And this is the problem with policing in America. When we're trained in the academy, it's like a big football huddle. It's like a game. All right, let's go out, let's win. And you hear, hey, let's go make these arrests. And you have a lot of guys who are gun-ho to go out and make an arrest. And that's what you're amped up to do. And when you're amped up to do those type of things, that's when you see these type of results. And unfortunately, the family is dealing with this, and they would never, ever see their loved one again. This is a really unfortunate situation. This is policing in America, and this is what needs to change. That being said, we'll see you guys on the next one. My name is Abiyah Israel, and talk to you guys next time.